From an economic point of view, this whole Black Friday frenzy is just BS because it doesn't tell you anything. They're only just guesses, and they're usually wildly inaccurate. We learn nothing about what's going to happen to retail spending through the holidays, and we learn nothing about what's going to happen to retailers' earnings during the holiday season. Let's take those National Retail Federation numbers that Don was talking about. They do a poll, rather unscientific, asking people what they spent. If I asked you, Deirdre, what did you spend this weekend, could you give me an exact figure? Historically, the amount reported in post-Black Friday press releases about double what it actually turns out to be, or even less. And retailers, here are just some of the companies that ended up cutting earnings forecasts for last year's fourth quarter. Well, why? Take a look. Last year, the Retail Federation said sales over the 4 days of Black Weekend were up 16%. By that standard, you could say 13% is a disappointment. Yet MasterCard, which tracked actual sales, said the number was closer to 9%. And when the government reported retail sales for November and December, well, you can see the numbers the retailers report for Black Friday are fantasy land when it comes to the real economy. In fact, you could argue the whole concept is harmful to retailers because we mentioned the earnings at retailers last year. If everybody is out looking for bargains, if they're driving Black Friday by cutting prices, that's bad for their margins.
All right, so if that's Black Friday, what about today, Cyber Monday? Any difference?
It's one of the problems because people are going to the internet looking for bargains. Some convenience as well. Interestingly, Cyber Monday starting to live up to its name, created in 2005 by the National Retail Federation's online arm, shop.org, as a way to promote buying online. And it is, for the past 2 years, the busiest traffic day on the internet for shopping of all, even though the first couple of years it didn't even make the top 5. But what we're talking about, and this is important to note, we're not talking about additional shopping. We're just talking about a different way of doing the same shopping, and one that, as we said, drives prices lower, hurting margins. Here's what happened to non-store retailers last year, which includes the internet. We saw the bump in November, but look what happened in December and January. These numbers are made up. They're a nice thing to talk about, kind of a fiction, but as for the economy and how retail sales are going to turn out during the holiday season, don't pay any attention.
It's not a fantastic
Don't invest on it.
indicator.